been a lot going down with Bianca and Daniel recently. Bianca posted a picture around Christmas of her snuggled up pretty close with another man. She posted this picture and said Merry Christmas Eve, and she tagged this guy, and she said 2017 us would be so proud. And I would say, like, maybe this is just a friend. She has his face against her face, and she looks like she's loving every single minute of it. And she recently met up with a former Love After Lockup cast member, Deontay, and his girlfriend, Addie. So Deontay and his girl flew out to Miami so his girl can meet his father for the first time. And Bianca's back to living in Florida since her and Daniel broke up. And I guess her and Addie became really close on social media, and they decided to meet up in person. Bianca posted this picture of Deontay to her stories and said, "Far from Virginia, I see, 'cause what is this?" And Deontay went live for a few minutes of him walking around on the beach, and Bianca just said hi as she was talking to Addie, and he said that Addie and Bianca are like BFFs now. After they posted these pictures together, Daniel went live, and somebody slid into his comments and asked him what did he think about Bianca hanging out with Deontay. And he's like, I don't know who Deontay is. And Kiki and Kibbitz shared a clip of this, and Bianca shared this clip and said, this has me rolling on the floor real quick. And she said that apparently Daniel knows Lindsay, so she doesn't know why Daniel is playing dumb like he has no idea who Deontay is since he dated Lindsay. And then Bianca said, the same mother effer DMing everyone from our franchise to go live with him for followers while they're sending me screenshots clowning him. Learn how to network and be a decent person instead of begging for clout, ho. And that's what he was doing to me. He slid into my DMs and was like, let's go live together. And I was like, okay, I'll go live, but I'm going to need an interview. But then he said he wasn't able to do it. But I guess he's been doing this with all cast members. Then Bianca shared this clip of Daniel acting like he didn't know who Deontay was. And she said, you're a clown mother effer. And then she said, come on, Daniel, man up. Talk about how you stole my social security and birth certificate. Talk about how you wrote my debit card number down and charged the shit out of it. Talk about how you cheat on me with everyone possible while I paid your restitution. Talk about how you made me go to your cousin's wedding alone while you paid for hookers. Talk about how you emotionally abused me. Talk about that. So that is a lot to digest in one post. It sounds like he was possibly trying to steal her identity by trying to steal her personal documents, or he was just trying to be petty and try to make it really difficult for her to move forward and leave him, because without a birth certificate and social security card, she wouldn't be able to go out and get a job. She wouldn't be able to get a driver's license. If she lost her driver's license, she wouldn't be able to get any kind of government benefits. Like, I don't think she's going to need any government benefits with her money that she has in the bank, as she still has some of that settlement left over. But you guys get the point. There's a lot of things she can't do by him taking those things, and she's gonna have to completely start from scratch. And the fact that he thinks that he's still entitled to her money even after they break up, like, that is so messed up. I had an ex do that to me before, and that is just the worst. I can't believe she was paying his restitution too. It's going to be hard for him to find another girl willing to do all that unless he finds him like a sugar mama. And I heard with the wedding, you know, I talked about the reasons why he didn't go. He got a travel pass suddenly to Vegas a week before, and his PO would only give him one travel pass a month. And he knew this wedding was coming up. It was planned months in advance, and Bianca even got a ticket for both of them to go out there. And then he goes to Vegas suddenly for a week before, turns his phone off the whole time he's in Vegas and turns his location off, and then comes back and says, yeah, I can't go to the wedding now. And Bianca was like, well, if you can't go to the wedding, then I'm not going to go to the wedding. And then he started freaking out and threatening her allegedly, and I think that's because he had other plans, like she later revealed when he allegedly called some hookers. And she then posted a video of Daniel, or like a screenshot of a video, and she said this was Daniel the other night, all drugged out dad. Cameron sees him like this and knows about it. Daniel is in a good person. Okay, so it's a little hard to understand what they're saying, but I think they're trying to say Daniel looks like he's drugged out. And then she shared a screenshot from Daniel's boss. Well, I guess he's no longer his boss according to these texts. The boss said, and Daniel's fired. He told me to delete his contact info. He bailed on a job for tomorrow just now. I told him that he can work elsewhere. I hope all is well for you, but man, he thinks he's hot shit. And then Bianca said, what? What happened? And he said, he texted me because his car is broken down and it was too far. A couple days after you left, his bank account was negative $1,200 and he was begging for work. And Bianca said, LOL, and she said, let's talk about it. Then she shared a message with Daniel, and this is when she was allegedly at Daniel's cousin's wedding. And he said, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night. And then he suddenly blocked Bianca. And she said, so you block me? How mature. We share a life, an apartment, and now a pet. How ridiculous. And then she said, I'm tired of being silent, I guess. He manipulates everyone he comes into contact with. His parole officer basically told me to kick rocks because she was worried I was interfering with his parole for reactive abuse. Google it. I did look up reactive, abuse. I gotta be careful how many times they say that word because of YouTube guidelines. But I looked it up because I haven't really heard of it before. And it says it's a term used to describe the defensive or aggressive behaviors that a victim may exhibit in response to their abuser's actions. It can take many forms, including verbal, emotional, and physical outbursts that a person has once they're being abused, and once they react, suddenly the person who's doing this to them will suddenly shift blame and try to act like it's their fault or they're the crazy person because they're reacting. So she said his PO was worried about that. She said if any bloggers want to deep dive and find body cam footage of our encounters, go ahead. There's so much. I've called the cops on him more times than I can count. Unable to breathe and scared, he's robbed me, brought me to such a low point, I had to flee with our cat and left half my belongings because I needed to escape the situation. He portrays this nice guy look, but he put me through literal hell. And don't worry guys, Bianca challenged any bloggers to try to get a hold of the reports from these incidents or the body cam footage, and I'm already on top of it. I've already spoken with the Phoenix Police Department, and I've already paid for the body cam footage, any photos, and all the incident reports from these 4 different incidents. So hopefully I hear back soon. Like I said, I've already paid for everything, and usually when I pay up front, it expedites the whole process, and I will be sure to make a video once I get everything back. Then Bianca shared this photo of her where she's beat up. She doesn't even look like the same person on one half of her face. I did have to blur it pretty good just due to YouTube's guidelines, but you guys get the gist of it. You can see the unedited photo on her Instagram stories. But she said, you knew what my past relationship caused me. You knew, and you still put me through hell. And I'm shocked she didn't talk about that on the show, about how bad her past relationship was, because it looks like she was hospitalized or at least seriously injured from whatever she went through with her ex. Then Daniel's ex, Brittany, shared this post Bianca shared and showed some support towards Bianca. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. I am shocked that Bianca finally spoke up and said something, because for the most part it seems like she's been pretty quiet, but it seems like she's just sick and tired of Daniel and his lies. But let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.